We got there in the end, made hard work of it,
Yeah.
but it was all right in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's one of those games. It's obviously wanting to bounce back off the midweek disappointment, and it's one of those games where you thought it was going to be 5-6, 7-0 against one of the worst clubs in the league, but we got the job done at the end of the day. It's one of those seasons, and it's one of those seasons that you think, like, obviously, if you want to do as best as you can, but at the end of the day, like, City is so good, and it's like you sort of try not to get dragged into that top four race and all.
Well, that's what it's about at the minute. It's like looking around us, obviously forget about the City thing, yeah, they drew today, etc. But it's about looking around us and trying to get a bit of gap between them teams.
Yeah, massively, yeah. You got to you got to be professional. I mean, I was really disappointed midweek in that it just showed a lack of the players didn't look like they wanted it. It was a couple of players on that pitch looked like they wanted it on Wednesday night, and today we just need the 3 points, get back on winning ways, and then and just carry on for the season and see where we end up. Really, I mean, obviously City's won the league. Let's be honest, and we'll just see how good we can go. We just can't get dragged into that top four. Right? We can't do that.
It will be tough. I mean, today, I was saying we made hard work of it at times. People behind me were saying, why are we not going forward? Why are we going sideways? Go on short, push forward. What's going on? Apart from Alexis kind of grabbing it by the scruff of the neck and trying to make things happen, and Lingard, to be fair, went forward a couple of times as well. It was a bit frustrating, wasn't it? But second half we came out and I think we showed the class, the quality over Huddersfield.
Yeah, I mean, Alexis, we signed him for that one reason. Really, he's one of the star men, and he's going to give you that penetrative pass. He's going to give you that direct sort of football. And first half was frustrating. It was one of those games, really. It's like, oh, come on. I mean, it's Huddersfield at home. Let's have a right go at them. But I mean, it was one of those games, and it was very frustrating first half, and we needed that killer pass, and we didn't really get it. But it needed players like, to be honest, what I will say is, I mean, McTOMINAY had a good game, and I've heard a few people say the same, and we just aren't the same team without Pogba. So I know that he got a lot of stick in midweek. I know he got a lot of stick midweek, and Pogba, can he play in the two in midfield? Can he not? But we just aren't the same team without him, and when he came on, that showed that made the difference. But Sanchez, to be fair to him, since he's come, he's been brilliant. He's tried his art out. He's run. He
seems infectious on the team as well. Like when they see him pressing, I saw a time when he lost the ball today. He ran past Pogba back into the left back position to try and win the ball back. That's just what you get with him.
Yeah, exactly. He runs all day long. He's one of those players. It's almost a bit like Carlos Tevez. He's a bit of a bulldog, isn't he? Just never stops. He never stops, and I think that's great for us. He's a classic United player. He never gives up, and I think he's going to be I think he's a worthy holder of that 7 shirt. Definitely, I think he's going to be a real class player, and he saw glimpses. You've only seen glimpses so far. I think that's the key.
That chemistry will come once he beds into the team, and people start to see. Some people have been saying today that some players weren't on his wavelength, and sometimes you do. Not that he's like a bad impact on the team, but like he does, like, oh come on, like do it how I'm doing it, play how I'm playing, let's get up the pitch, overlap me, Luke Shaw. But those things will happen, won't they? I
think the frustration's good. I think I saw him, he was very frustrated today. I think especially the first half, he was like, come on. It's one of those things. I think it's really positive, actually. I think it's one of those things, like he's used to playing that direct sort of football. He never gives up, and I think that frustration will be infectious to the team.
He got kicked up and down the park today as well, didn't he?
He did it Yeovil. He did it Yeovil. He did midweek as well. You see Dele Alli in midweek. Unbelievable. He got kicked up and down the field, but he
just kept getting up, get going.
Yeah, he's a bit like Hazard. He gets kicked all day long, but you know what?
It's a compliment, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a compliment. He gets up, he brushes himself down, and he carries on. He's one of those players. I really respect that as well, and I think it is a compliment, like you say, and I think it's just because he's got more time in the ball, and he's going to expect that a lot, to be honest, playing in the English league as he has done with us. He's used to that by now. Come on, he's used to that by now. So,
man of the match today.
Man of the match today. It's a tough one. I think it probably would be back to that man Alexis. I mean, it's not me being a bit of a fanboy with him, but I think he tried his art. I think he looked like he gave more than everyone else, and he gave us that sort of killer instinct. And he always was looking for that forward pass. We were a lot of sideways and backwards passes, but he always looked for that killer pass. And I think I give it to Alexis today, to be honest. And it was one of those games where it could have been a few players, but I think I give it Alexis.
Listen, thanks very much for talking to us, man. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers, man.